Missing parts. A heart covered in scars, smile shown shut, mind embedded with glass, each step agony. Feelings absent, a burning, aching numbness. What would it be like if something, anything returned? Could old wounds heal? Would the bleeding stop, make these broken parts whole again? Sorrow, could you save me from drowning? Free these tears built up over the years they'd been made to stay within. Hope, could you bring me dreams? Help me escape this graveyard where pain cannot be forgotten, moments haunted by memories. Love, will you one day appear? Break down every wall, fix this broken half, heal my heart.
So the title of my poem is Pain on the Body, Pain on the Mind. I see the secret struggles, the hidden pain, the obsession with control, the constant refrain of not enough, too much, the never-ending fight, a war waged on the body, a battle without light. I see the fear in your eyes, the doubt and the shame, the constant comparison, the never-ending game of trying to fit in, to be like the rest, but the mirror lies to you, and the scale is unkind. I see the isolation, the loneliness, and the tears, the feeling of being alone through all the fears. I see the helplessness, the feeling of being lost, the desperation to break free, but not knowing the cost. I see your bones, your face malnourished. Whatever happened to the world we cherished? What happened to you? Your smile, I don't recognize you. When I try and care, I'm pushed away, but I just want you to know I'm here for you. I'll support you through this. I'll see you through. It won't be easy, but we'll face it together, and I'll be here to remind you that you are enough forever. Thank you.
The title of my poem is Succession. Don't crow about your triumphs or gloat about your possessions. Avoid that insatiable greed that makes you desire more than you need. Instead, let your actions and attainments speak on behalf of your mouth, and use your speech sparingly, so to implant value into it. Be benevolent to the indignant and appreciative to your defeated, instead of abashing them, because one day you will be the one defeated and humiliated and embarrassed and ashamed. Do what you want, for the sake of you, not for the impression of others. And if you influence them, let it be. And act like yourself, not as a parody of someone else or mimicry of a model of an idea, to create your own succession in class.
My poem's name is Moss Carpet. Stiff as a board, covered in spores, I smell of the cold morning dew, the feeling of the fungi in my core. As colorful caps sprout from my doubt, and my body seeps into a mount, the rain starts to pour, watering my spores. The growings progress, too many to count, finally calling out, but my body is a moss carpet, everything obliviously walking over me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Riley Huber, and I'm performing a poem called Generational Irony. Your generation is weak is a statement affirmed by the many mature people in my life, by people who were stupid kids once too, by people who too called their elders dumb, by people who claim my generation soft whilst they offend over diversity, or God forbid, a stand-in for a noun, by people whose religion is one of love and understanding, yet they rarely display those things, by people who drag on and on and on about how lazy we are, how spoiled we are, yet they never take a second to ask the question, whose fault is that? The nature of our modern age is one factor, but you forgot to nurture. And that's probably why I'm so utterly unenthusiastic about the future, that I'd rather rot sitting in front of this computer. I'd rather reminisce about yesterday than work minimum wage and become a cliche of an unaccomplished kid, a failure, a waste of skin that only further proves that hominins are evolving, whose problems ain't worth solving, whose dreams are squatting in the back of their mind, hoping, praying that fate will be kind for once and not let all those ambitions rust. But alas, that's too much to ask. So in front of the plasma screen, I bask. And to the man who once taught me about natural selection and how my generation would fall victim to it, we will not submit to your stupid laws of nature. We aren't hamsters, are we? We shouldn't tear our young apart, or worse yet, play a part in their downfall. We shouldn't run in a cycle, becoming disciples of a generational system that swats the youth away, that resists them, that depends on them yet condemns them, and shoots them with bullets made of hate and lead, with language that suggests you want us dead, or instead to accept the harsh reality. But I got my own mentality. Why don't we try and change this shitty reality? We have the power to change the course of history and to end this generational misery. Yet we can't get together and stand up again. I guess punk is really dead. I guess we'll disappoint instead of defy, because the ones who do, I'll testify, are labeled snowflakes for speaking out against corruption and are constantly being interrupted by people who fear change. But they too aren't benefiting from this sick game of hating each new generation, a product of their own creation, just because they do stupid things like every kid's supposed to. Yet they're acting like stupidity is something new, something exclusive to my generation. But I guess that's just their nature, to hate our very future. This irony is chronic.
Okay. My poem does not have a title, but my name is Rowan Camarano. Music is math, equations in my mind, solving for the perfect variable. Sound waves like sine graphs, harmonies aligning like the perfect system of equations. Soloing on both sides of the equal sign, dividing by a half note. 6/8 time is greater than or equal to 3/4 time. Vertical stretching the pitches, transposing the keys. If X equals 3, does C flat equal B? The quadratic formula is the C major scale. Lines and ledgers are lining the steps in which I walk towards the solution. To the final measure, I measure the area of a dodecahedron, the 12-faced figure, the chromatic scale. Two separate topics, X and Y, contrasting disciplines fly me by. But when you stop close enough to look, the universe is made from the same book.
My name is Jacent, and my poem is called She Is Me. At the crack of dawn, strange noises creep near. Outside her room, something far and unclear. She ignores, phone in her hands, until her dad's voice comes in like a command. The truth revealed and hit her like a truck, leaving her in a somber, solemn sorrow muck. Your grandmother's gone, he says, words bitter and cold. The source of the noise, her mother's cries. And as I take in the news, emotions collide. On the bed she sits, staring at the wall, teary-eyed, searching for a sign while all hope slowly dies. Hugging her mother while weeping continues, and as a wave of numbness circles and brews, in the moment of sorrow, she starts to see the girl in the mirror. The girl is me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Trinice, and my poem is called A Mermaid's Point of View. In the ocean, we are taught to keep swimming forward, never stop and never look back. Even if one of us gets left behind, you keep going. Something is always hunting you, something is always hungry for you, and if you slow down, no one will save you. We are taught to fend for ourselves. No one is your friend. Don't expect anything from anyone. Sometimes we come up to the surface in groups to search for food. Once, I strayed away from my group and went closer inland. I don't see a difference from the woman on land and the woman of the sea. The bright pieces of cloth that they wear on their bodies is like when we decorate our tails with bright and colorful seashells. And the beautiful colors they sometimes put in their hair is like when we style ours in braids and even with strands of algae. The women of the land are so beautiful. They do this thing where they move both corners of their mouth and you can see their teeth. I don't know what it is, but I've never seen women of the sea wearing that on their face. The women look so joyful and calm. They don't look as if they're being hunted. I wish I could rip off every one of my scales and join them. I've never felt the feeling of calmness. What is it? I've never felt it because I must always look behind me. I must always make sure I know which way home is, or else no one will come save me and I will die. I just want to get a closer look at the women of the land. They are like art. They are gentle and free. They are not chained to the bonds of fear. I want to be them, not have to worry about feeling guilty for not saving someone, or not have to worry about saving myself. Being free, but what is free? Teach me, women of the land, please. Thank you.
All right, our poem is 6 Minutes by Marco Simonelli
And Kingston Saunders.
all right,
Shake hands.
ready. Circle,
Post on head.
shove,
Hand fight.
collar tie,
Struggle.
high C,
Right leg back.
push away, and period 2.
Green chooses neutral.
Line up,
Stutter.
fake,
Oh, my bad. Stutter.
shot,
Red gets 2.
head control stand,
Green gets 1.
hand fight. Period 3.
Red chooses neutral.
Line up. Circle.
Snap.
Armbar. Half. Pin. Fall. 537.
Line up.
Shake hands.
Red hands raised.
And applause. Thank you.
My name's Chevy. My poem's goodbye, but I wanted to change it to #family. If you don't know what that means, it was supposed to be forget about me, I love you. In halls where dreams were spun, I stepped with eager feet, with visions bright of futures where all my goals would meet. This high school gate swung wide, promising a work so grand, yet shadows lurked in corners, unseen beneath the hand. You preached equality and opportunity, but in truth you lied. For when I didn't fit your mold, you pushed me right aside. In the dawn of a new day, I stand at crossroads call, leaving behind the shadows of a place that let me fall. Now as I depart these halls, leaving echoes of the past, I carry with me lessons from struggles unsurpassed. In a place of broken dreams, I bid farewell with heavy hearts to a school that promised greatness, yet tore my dreams apart. With each step I carry scars from battles lost and won, in a place where false accusations blazed like an unforgiving sun. So here's to the school that let me down, for it led me to this place, where I'll rise above the shadows and embrace my rightful place. So here's to the school leaving behind the shadows, to stepping into the light, to a new school that fosters growth and makes everything feel right. So farewell this high school chapter, in a new high school chapter I will meet with all your joys and pains, for in leaving I emerged unshackled from your chains. I'll carry forth my journey with courage as my guide, and in the face of prejudice, I'll let my spirit stride. #family.
My name is Azrael Marassi. My poem is titled Painted Nails. I used to paint my nails, back when I tried to stop biting them so far down that they would hurt. My nails seemed blacker than night, and to me, they're more beautiful than the stars. I can never paint them again. Biting my nails is my main pastime by now, and I know that no matter how hard I try, I'll just keep biting them down until the corners of my fingertips are infected, because nothing protects them from the harsh world and the germs and the pain that comes with it. I'll just keep biting them down until they're so low that when I touch the tips of my fingers, all I feel is pain and fear that those germs will cause irreparable damage and my nails won't grow back, and that I won't be able to continue the loop of bite, stress, bite, stress, bite, stress. But my nails always grow back, and I always hold on to that one little hope that one day I'll get those painted nails, those black as night, beautiful as the stars nails that I miss so much. Thank you.
Alrighty.
I'm Lillian Hughes. My poem is To My Bubblegum Lover. Sticking around. I hope you're sticking around, sticking you in my pocket with the sticky stained quarters that I put in the bubblegum machine until the gears get jammed, all gummed up, and I get stuck. My gears get stuck. And your memory rewinds in my mind like a song that I heard but didn't know the name of, that I can't find. I think at some point, maybe, I'll get unstuck. To get my gears moving forward once again.
My name's Caitlin, and I will be reciting my poem, The Turning Tide. Sunshine stretches, a slow yawn melting winter's grasp. School bells silenced, a forgotten melody. A symphony of laughter fills our lives, and adventure-filled days await. Beneath sun-kissed smiles, there's a whisper of uncertainty. How long will these days last? Why can't they stretch forever? Worries like lazy storm clouds gather on the horizon, a distant rumble. For now, we're in the sun, together, soaking up its rays. The future lingers, a big wave that one day we must surf, a bittersweet goodbye to the sun's gaze. In this moment, sleepy mornings bleed into vibrant nights, sunsets with secrets whispered under a canopy of stars. Worries that fade like tans in the winter become reality. How long will these days last? What happened to forever? Every moment spent trying to hold on in fear of forgetting the foundations of our adolescence. Memories made on the beach, like intricate sandcastles washed away by the tide. Now the tide turns again, a powerful current pulling us toward new adventures.
My name's Gigi, and I don't have a title for my poem. 6 simple things I've learned from a diagnosis: fear of messing up, hyperfixation, compulsive behavior, obsessive thoughts, anxiety, and depression. These words that identify me, shapes me to become a person I've never seen before. My mind is morphed into these ideas of who I suddenly am. I messed up on my project. God, I fucking suck at everything I do, right? My mind's stuck in a maze. I must be perfect. I live in a fear of every step. Raise my hand in class, but only if it's the right answer, right question. If I don't do the same routine every single day, my day will be horrible today. I must rip a piece of paper up because my letters didn't match up to the lines. I've watched my favorite movie for the 30th time because it's the only sense of chronological order from all the things around me. No one will ever understand what I feel. No one will ever understand the way my mind works. Go to my therapist once a week. My addiction is getting worse. Go to the doctor once a month. I need to up my dosage one more time. In a world I can be anything, I must be perfect, but only in my mind. In a world I can be anything, I should be the butterfly who's no longer stuck in its incompetent cocoon. Thanks.
My name is Keely Tui, and I will be reading my poem, You Are Someone. You are someone. You don't need to have a purpose, but simply being often isn't enough. So you go on a quest to see if you're worth it. What is this it? Well, of course you don't know because you're 14 and scared and you still have to grow, although you have the same hair, flesh, and bones as those around you. You're still gonna feel as if your spirit has bound you, held you back from fulfillment of great dreams, ripped out your heart and fled the scene. But a setback only exists if you deem one. So you don't have to allow it all to be done, finished, or gone with the wind. Life isn't joyful. If you give it a spin, you can't. You're scared of what others might say. You allow them to dictate your self-love away. They make fun of you for everything, call you fat, stupid, obnoxious, and gay. They don't care that your emotions are at play. You're weird as hell, so it's all okay. You're never gonna be ordinary. No one is gonna give you the positivity that you so desperately crave, constantly depraved. Your mind is a grave, you cannot be saved. Are you really even someone? You feel like a broken glass cup that cannot be glued back together. You try and fail. I mean, you can't take super glue to put a cup back together because everything will just spill out. It's common sense. Maybe you don't have to be a cup. Broken glass can be stained and turned gorgeous. It's not the same, but it still serves a function. Does broken glass know if it's a cup? Do you think it knows that it's enough? You are stained glass. You may not know your purpose, but that doesn't mean you aren't still worth it. You are someone. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bella. I'll be reading my poem, It's All the Same. It's all the same. 5:30 alarm frightens me every morning. I dread to roll out of bed, limp over to my bathroom to scrub my teeth. Put together a somewhat decent outfit so I don't get judged. The anxiousness of the day let out on my front door, expectations higher than my height, grade-depending tests weighing on my shoulders. These cancer-causing drinks to keep us alive, 20-pound backpack because why would we use the lockers? Markers smeared on my palm, independence, it's all the same. AirPods constantly in the ear to block out reality, notifications saying turn down the volume or I'll cause damage. I turn it up. Pay attention. Put your phone down. Read out loud. We're drowning. Save us. Our childhood is drifting away. Juice pouches with our childhood cartoons stamped on them, birthday parties where we make new friends, morning meetings and playing pretend. Where did it all go? Calm down. You don't know what stress is. You're just a kid. I don't feel like a kid. It's not all the same.
Hi, I'm Juliana Nardone, and my poem is Untitled. Today I walked side by side with you in the hall. The irony cuts deep into my thighs that two allied souls, once so perfectly connected, now side by side but worlds apart. And I want to ask you if you can pinpoint on a map where the bomb's deployed. Fish swim around us as we make our way toward the staircase. Waves relapse on our shores, and suddenly it's summer on Woquocket. Pool tubes, cool sheets, and the smell of the sunscreen you condemn me for not wearing. I've let the memories slip my mind, but my heart pumps them through my blood. And I can't let myself look to the right, because if I do, I have to face the crazy, the leaving you, the running back. The scarring wounds ripping open, gone again, bass hits, the car incidents. Oh God, I do not miss your driving. Coffee runs holding me. When I bleed, you bleed. Hand on my waist, head on your shoulder, and dreams as vivid as the Polaroid of me in your wallet, because I don't even know if you still have that wallet. And I can't let myself look behind me, because if I do, every person in this hall will see the desolation on my face, the sense of secrecy, the vexation, the desperation, the reminiscence, anxiety, love, betrayal. How could I betray myself like this? How could I let you walk next to me like months haven't passed, like your sister doesn't give me dirty looks in public places, like I'm excusing any of what you put me through? The fish is catching up to us now. I reach my foot toward the first step, our initials in the sand demolished by bashes of its formidable tail. The water pools in, I'm washed clean. My wounds close. I pray to the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit as I walk alone, knees stronger with each rising step, and I bask in my solitude.
My name is Vivian, and my poem is Happiness, Life, and Loneliness. Loneliness in my life, a silence deep mergent in the night, and I'm lost in this world, happiness. A silence that is in the moment of joy. Life is a constantly change, everything is temporary. Happiness, life, and loneliness, those are three things that led us to something incredible and unexplicable. Felicidad, vida y soledad. Soledad en mi vida, un silencio profundo se funde en las noches, y yo estoy perdida en este mundo. Felicidad, una sonrisa que está en los momentos de alegría. La vida está en un constante cambio, pero todo es temporal. Felicidad, vida y soledad, esas son tres cosas que nos conduce a algo increíble e inexplicable.
My name is Kendra Burnett, and my poem is called Betrayed. I once had faith in humanity, in the people around me, but it only took me experiencing something truly awful twice for that faith to be destroyed. Betrayal. When I watched movies and saw the awful things that people did to each other, or certain things that people didn't do for each other, I thought that would never happen to me, or that people truly were not that cruel. Oh boy, was I wrong, young, and naive. Betrayal. There I was, tired, sleepy, looking at the clock as I counted down the moments until I could go home. The numbers that were being said only caused pain to my brain in my heavy head. Just for a minute or two, I thought, as my head hit the cold, hard surface, my work's already finished, so I can rest. I'm surrounded by people, so what could go wrong? I thought as my eyes closed. Betrayal. The moment my eyes opened, I was met with silence. I looked around me to see nothing but empty chairs and quiet hallways. I couldn't believe it happened again. It happened again. Betrayal. That's when all faith in humanity was lost for me. How could people be so cruel? I thought we were better than this. Betrayal. For the second time in my life, I fell asleep in my algebra class minutes before school ended, and no one had the decency, the humanity to wake me up, not even the teacher. I could trust no one but myself, not even the adults around me. I wasn't even close to the kids in my class, but I thought that they would be nice enough to at least wake me up. I didn't even see the kids in my class as classmates anymore. To me, they were just a bunch of class fakes. Betrayal. I trusted the people around me, but in the end, I was betrayed.
Hello, I'm Brenna Dewey-Largent, and I am saying the poem Fishing on a Lake. A shiny pink rod with line dangling below, ripples in the water as the bait bobs up and down. Fish, turtles, eels lurking under the surface. The sun shines down on the surface. Time is running out. One more fish, two more fish, many more fish, but none good enough for the trophy until one little fish gliding underwater came round. Chomp! The line tugs and the reel starts spinning. The closer, and out of the water it jumps, flailing around. A measurement is taken, 3.5 inches exactly. Officially the smallest fish in the lake. The gold trophy feels so nice. The lucky pink fishing pole strikes again, and I'm fishing on a lake another day.
I'm Aiden, and my poem is I Could Talk. I could talk about the hundreds of hungry children, the millions of people killed in other countries, while we stuff our maws and ignore their calls for help to spare our minds from moral quandaries. I could talk about our local politics and how I can't seem to find one candidate that sees fit to fit the majority's definition of a representative without themselves not knowing what the thing they're representing is. I could shout over the hundreds of dissonant voices, arguing over pointless choices of today. Newsflash, we should have known what we were doing tomorrow, yesterday, because at this point we can only hope and pray to keep disaster at bay while we sit and play pretend that the world isn't coming to an end. I should scream, but I don't want to cause a scene. Why even say what I mean if so many view it as obscene to state what is so easily seen? The world isn't staying green. But if we just keep to our routines and keep our eyes glued to our screens, we'll ignore the plastics in our bloodstreams and the dimming of the sunbeams to continue our lovely dreams where everything is better than it seems. So I won't talk, not anymore. Sorry for the bore. Enjoy the last happy years before, no more.
My poem is called Face to Face, and I'm Avery's story. Gore spilled and seeped into worn-down cloth, staining its wares. Men and boys wept. Eye to eye, movements were sloth, as a Kami and a Tommy were face to face. Both, one man, one just a boy, only had mercy at their heart's base. While the lack of motion would annoy comrades, brothers, no worry, they were no more, as they now littered the shaken battlefield. Woefully, 'tis fate who's chosen to deploy, until men and boys' last breath is drawn and all yield. This stance would later be called one, if not the most gruesome war. However, as ancients of the past have already bawled, us, the generation now, ignore pleas from afar, as we disregard those abandoned victims, almost being the ones to terminate face to face.
I'm Christine Stadler, and my poem's Bereaved. A heart of gold stopped beating, a decaying flower. The smile of others stopped shining, the cries of sadness are heard, and memories lighten the hearts of loved ones, reminiscing the first hello and last goodbye. Before the darkness takes over, a shimmer of light comes in. Smiles are back on faces, flowers are blooming, wings of white fly high in the sky, a cherished one far from sight, a kind heart that shines so bright.
Learn to spread out and relax once in a while. Learn that most things don't come easily, that you have time. Stop working, stop stressing, stop whining, stop grinding, stop mumbling, stop jumbling, stop crumbling, stop failing, wailing, sailing on a boat that you don't have control of. Stop and look around once in a while. Stop lurking, stop working, stop hurting, searching for an answer you're never going to find.
Hi, my name is Ava Lubash, and my poem is called Seized. I'm so sick of being told I'm strong. Let me be weak. Let me taste the pain and let it simmer. Let it simmer until it foams. Let me choke until I can't breathe so that I can breathe once more. Let me breathe a breath that doesn't suffocate in my worries, the worries that I'm breathing in air you no longer have. An air that escaped your lungs after that last dose, an air that didn't have my presence this time when you froze. When you froze, did you think of me? Did you think of me when blue took over red in the fight of color on your lips, when seconds became minutes and you were still a mist? Did you think of me? I'm so sick of being told I'm strong, Mom. I shouldn't have to be. I'm only 17, but then again, I lost you before I could even say the word hydroxyzine. I pray, please grant me serenity, but God, how can I be serene? Serene is something you took away the same day you took more pills than the prescriptions say. Let me be weak, because I am so sick of being strong.
Hello everyone, my name is Leah DeRusso. So I was going to write a new poem for this, but recently I was looking through my notes app and found this poem that I wrote this time last year. I chose to share it because today I'm 200 days clean and it shows how far I've come on my battle with self-harm. For anyone who might struggle with something similar, I want to let you know that you are more than enough. My poem is untitled. I want to do it like an itch that just won't go away. The sensation that it gives me is something I can never explain. I miss you. You're always on my mind like an itch that just won't go away. The things you said to me replaying in my head like a broken record. The things I never deserved to hear. I want to do it. The pain is comforting in a way. It makes me feel like everything's going to be okay, like a warm hug or a reassuring touch, and just maybe the pain in my body won't make me miss you as much. I want to do it, but I don't want to waste my blood on you. I don't want to hurt myself more than you already do. I have already cried enough tears and shed enough blood with you on my mind. I want to do it, but I am better than this. You don't deserve my blood. You don't deserve my tears. You don't deserve me. I will not hurt myself just because you've hurt me. I want to do it, but instead I will heal. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kevin, and my poem is called God's Plan. Once there was a boy, let's call him Dog. Dog believes in God, but everybody laughed at Dog and called Dog a fraud. One day, Dog had to prove himself. He had to prove his faith was stronger than all temptations. He asked God for rain, and God gave him a flood. He asked God for bread, and God gave him a feast. Until one day, Dog went for a stride. He saw alcohol that made his temptation rise. Without a second thought, he downed the entire thing, which gave him thoughts of suicide. Dog began to run, cry, scream, and shout, not knowing what to do, when a voice from above said, "Don't worry, I am here for you."
Hi, my name is Catherine Wing, and this is my poem called In My Head Through My Eyes. As a kid, I saw you in my head. When I got home from school, you asked me how my day was. You played dolls with me,
You tucked me into bed. You wiped my tears. But as a kid, I had to see you through my eyes. I saw you only on the weekends. You didn't care how I'd been. You broke my toys. Your words kept me up at night. You made me cry. Now as a teenager, I still see you through my head. I see you in the morning, getting ready for work. I see you at night, sitting at the dinner table. But through my eyes, I don't see you at all, because you're not here.
I'm Harry McElhatton, and mine doesn't have a title. As I recall my youth, I remember the days I spent under the rainbow tarp, hiding in the closet while my friends seek for me, chasing the stars at night and the butterflies during the day, spinning around the kitchen with my older sister and scraping my knee on the sharp dirt of Pennsylvania, drawing spaceships on the walls of my room, and all those other times I took my youth for granted. The grounds I used to swing over from a tire in a tree, and the sidewalks I used to adorn with chalk. All these magical settings of my childhood. How did they become so foreign to me? That tree from which I soared, I want to know when it fell to the forest floor. The mosaics of chalk I created. I only want to know when the rain washed them away. The cuts on my knees. I remember wishing for the day that they would heal. Now, I know that I would give anything to feel the pain of the wound one more time, to feel this kind of sting that reminds you that you're alive. I remember the adrenaline of hiding in the dark corners of your friend's house, the days when hiding in a closet meant nothing more than a game. The Sharpie scribbles upon my childhood poem are long painted over by now, and the magic colors of the tarp have long sat in a dusty storage container or in the mounds of a landfill. All that's left of the boy who once was me is the ever-fading memories I can hold on to. And from now on until the day I shut down, I can only wonder this. Why did the colors of childhood fade? Will I ever see them again? And could it possibly be in this lifetime?
Yeah. Hi, my name's Caleb Jones, and this is my poem, The Devil's Melody. You were my everything. From the morning sun to the evening stars, I loved you and you alone. Your favorite movies still ask to rewind. Your sweatshirt that still claims to be mine. That feeling that makes my heart skip a beat. My love for you is so passionate. It ages like fine wine. I will forever love you. But you seem to take my affections for granted. It's just some bullshit love story, right? Where you love manipulating your image into my brain, twisting the story over and over again. You always lie. And the fact that you don't have the guts or balls to admit that is beyond me. I hate the fact that I was so stupid, so naive, so driven by your gaze, so young. I was new to this whole love concept, and you raised your hand and smacked the innocence right off my face. You tied strings to the outer shell of my body and played me like a fool. The nights that I tried to keep my head up, but it was so hard to go on living. I wanted to die, maybe even disappear. And even though you cheated, I am called the whore. My brain clouded with lustful thoughts. My body presented for all to see. My eyes stayed glued to those models that lie on my phone. And even though you were convicted of cheating, through hurtful words and hateful rumors, I was found guilty. Me, someone that saw the light in you and you alone, could be so petty with his fatigue. Drawn to the end of the tunnel, light so bright that it blinded my thought process. But that light was filled with malice and toxic masculinity. And now you're mad? And you lash out at me? You narcissistic prick. You dare cry. You dare play victim. But at the end of the day, you victimized me. Remember that. You presented my body for all to see, sexualizing my image, corrupting my courage, tearing me apart little by little. You took advantage of me and enjoyed every second of it. You're a liar and a cheater and a cold-hearted predator who loves to prey on the weak, taking bites out of those drawn to love. But who needs you? I will not be overcome by your beauty, let alone your high standards when it comes to men. And now, it's been 1 year, 6 months, and 12 days since we broke up, but the smell of you still lingers on my clothes. Your memory still clouds my brain, and you stuff moths into the cavity of my chest. My stomach churns and churns like butter when you're in my presence. Your voice beckons me like a siren drawn to a sailor left at sea. And I can't even hate you, because you were mine, but you've got issues. You've got spikes, guarding your heart's pearly white gates. blades that will tear your trust into bits, needles that will drain out any willingness to go on and leave you feeling meaningless and depressed. But hey, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I was the problem after all. And now, two star-crossed lovers will never meet again, will never love again, and will never speak again. Now we are strangers, and those flustered memories dissipate with age, and the time we spent seems so long ago. The thought of you is growing no more, because in the end, I guess I was the attention whore.
Hi, my name is Riverine Dubner, and my poem is Self-Portrait. I want to paint a self-portrait. Know who I am like Claude Monet, whose stroke knew their story so well. The paintings could be knived and still show beauty. They showed the world in their own desire, appointed to the colors like a piece of nature. But covered in paint, I am different. My tones and colors are mesmerizing. I peel away, with particles drizzling like the death in the day. I think of happiness, but not if the feeling is true. Unlike my mentors, my heart is scarred. In my soul, there are aberrations, invisible and distraught. They watch even as my brush meets the coffee paper. I have more untold emotions than shades in the world. To paint what I am not on skin and paper, however, be myself. To learn the language of music, each auditory color rings to drizzle my ears upon. I need to be a symphony, a starry night, than the small tune that I am. I want to sway like a willow tree, colors beaming in the moonbeams, and hold my crushed heart in my hands. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lexi. And I'm Trinity, and our poem is Sip Sip Crash. Text, text, crash. Take the wheel. As the messages send, lose all your wits to end. Texting, scrolling, eyes off the road, a dangerous habit, we are told. Sip, sip, crash. Take the wheel. 2 yellow lines from left to right. Intoxication is hard to fight. If you can't even walk, how can you drive? If you can barely talk, then just stay the night. Distracted by a glowing screen. Eyes off the road, a dangerous scene. Distracted driving, a nasty game. Endangering lives to such a shame. Impaired by substance, a deadly voice, diminishing reason. Lose all your choice. Alcohol and drugs, they impair the mind's eye. Try to avoid them, especially if you drive. Sip, sip, crash, wait to dash. The consequences of these actions you better not scoff at.
What's up, everyone? My name's Tyler. My poem's called Simon Says. Simon says, raise your right hand. Simon says, get me a crayon. Simon says, jump 3 times. Simon says, get me 10 dimes. Will you do what Simon says? Yes? No? If no, you will lose. If yes, you will grow as a person. Don't listen to Simon. What does he know? If Simon says jump off a cliff, would you? Be better than Simon. Be yourself. Be a lion.
My name's Will Penny. This is my poem about gas prices. Gas prices, they suck right now. I don't have the money for this. I'm going broke. I'll need to get a job soon. It's pissing me off. We're almost at $5 per gallon. Gas should be way cheaper. I can't go anywhere without gas. Should really do something about these prices.
Hi, I'm Raitasi Sharon, and my poem is For the Unheard and Those Willing to Listen. The soil is stained red. The echoes of cries of anguish surround us ignored, the cries of the sacred, from the Latin word sacre, which can mean both holy and detestable, only deserving of being viewed with fear, pity, and the like. The red washes out to the sea, and the salt of the ocean mixes with the salt of the tears from those discarded, those who have had their humanity stripped from them and have been reduced to creatures of filth, so that their deaths aren't worthy of being called murders, but inevitable deaths. The unpaved roads are now bathed in red. Mangled corpses, battered and bruised, stepped over and on, ignored, till they are rendered unrecognizable. because bodies robbed of identities aren't worth being treated with honor. The remainings collected to be harvested by bloodied hands for bloodied profit from outrage that will amount to nothing.
Hello, I'm Leah Reese, and this is my poem. Why Are We Forgotten? A poem dedicated to the Holocaust. Filthy Jew, spat at, beat at, the one's happy eyes turned to rust. Cram him in, filthy Jews. The train whistle blows. He was already cold. His organs had stopped. His heart was cold. His life had turned cold. He was dead before they could kill him, but his soul still rested in him. He waited for them to take him in. Put into the room, he took the last breath his visually decaying body could take. But he couldn't breathe. They took that away from him too. His soul sat in dismay. He wasn't free. Not then, not now. He sat and waited for the future to free him. Roaming, thinking, wondering why. Whispering, mumbling, why is it we are? Why am I? Why are we? In clear words, he finally said, why are we forgotten? Thank you.
I see, I feel, I know, I hear, I think, I want, I crave, I need, I desire freedom. All I've ever known is the cage you built for me. I see, I fear, I know, I hear, I think, I want, I crave, I need, I desire to break free. I want to see the sun again, to feel its beam. I see, I feel, I know, I hear, I think, I want, I crave, I need, I desire to live. I want to know the glow of life, to wake up and feel freed. Instead, I am chained. I am locked away in your dungeon, obligated to live in your shadow. I see, I feel, I know, I hear, I think, I want, I crave, I need, I desire to be embraced by warmth.
This is called Together Forever. I was made by hand, thrown away multiple times, not knowing if I'll ever have a place to live again. I was laying on the ground, then this family came and saved me. They picked me up and put me in the back of the car. I had a home again. When we arrived, it was as black as a cat in the room. My owner turned on the light, and I saw the prettiest thing in the world. She was slick, leather, and thin. I feel like I've known her my whole life. She's got a heart full of gold, all right. She's one of a kind. We introduce ourselves and sit there for years, watching the little kids grow up, to even see the grandkids grow up. We were never separated to this day. To this day. That's it.
This is Softened Edges, okay? You're like the sunshine to my yummy delight. Together, a duo that makes taste buds flight. You hug me like a cozy, warm sweater, a pair so close, they're friends now and forever. You chat with me in a gentle way, softening my edges, creating a bond where sweet happiness finds. My love for you grows with each dip and sip, crafting tales of flavor on this thirsty trip. You're the conductor of our sweet song, turning a snack moment into a melody that's strong. In this desert dance, we sway.
My poem's named Dear Connie. Mama, I'm sorry for the drama. You would say we got a lot of trouble from my troubled past that we gotta kind of pass. On some days I replay you saying sorry in a special way. When I was 8, you would ask me to drive on the dirt roads of Ackley Way. And then some days it was the worst. Some days the days were hurt. In some ways it felt okay to let the pain in and let it lurk. But not once did you make it seem okay. You would say, baby, I see it in your eyes oh so well lately, and I see it in your eyes, and I can see it in your cry, how you make your pain drive, and how it's driving you crazy. I know those dirt road rides ain't got the key to how you heal inside. I know you can fight, then you can might show me how you feel inside. And that didn't even faze me. It seems since your grandma died on your daddy's side, you don't want nobody on your side, and tell yourself nobody can change me. So she said, baby, I'm sorry for your trauma, on behalf of your grandmama, from our troubled past that we gotta kind of pass. Sincerely, your mama.
It's 6 a.m.
It's 6:20 a.m.
It's 6:40 a.m.
Blue jeans, pink shirt, black long sleeve,
White sweater.
strawberry dragon fruit refresher, mango pineapple,
Strawberry acai lemonade, no strawberries.
too busy for breakfast, Jeep, RAV4, start the car, 2000s, Zach Bryan,
Drake.
it's 7:20. Stress, grades, BO, cement blocks, presentations, papers, essays, tests, defeat, despair, gloom, not enough, volleyball.
Pressure, hard work, sweat, grit, mentally tough.
Volleyball,
The winner within, hopes, dreams, character.
volleyball,
Leadership, consistency, commitment.
Home.
2 homes.
seasonal sadness, quarter 2,
Basketball.
Gym. Long days, cold nights, work, work, work. Spring is finally here. Tennis. Track. Time is flying, junior year is almost done. Senior year, from a skip to a run. Coastal.
Villanova.
Applications, scholarships, pressure, resume, responsibility. It's 5:30.
It's 6 p.m. It's 6:30.
Start the car. A+ project, bio notes.
Chapter review.
The sun begins to dim. Cetaphil, Sarah V.
Curology.
Consistent fight for clear skin. Matching set, sweats.
Nightgown.
We miss the days we tucked in. Flipper,
Blanky and Moose. Blanky and Bear.
hold on to our innocence while our heads spin. Happy today, sad tomorrow.
Sometimes joy, sometimes sorrow. Weight on our shoulders, wish someone would borrow.
All right, the title of the poem is What Happened on Cliff Street. He was a hardworking dad, says the basement office and the Mercedes in the driveway. He drives us all over, says the worn-out seat in the car. He was a man who loved his yard, says the cookie-cutter lawn, and he loved sports, says the football on his desk and the pictures on the wall. A woman stayed home all day, says a museum-style home, with not a dust out of place. She was a talkative woman, says the call logs and the makeup stains on the home phone. She was a woman who loved shopping, says the computer history and bags by the door. She loved sports, says her passion for coaching us all. They were athletic kids, says the cleats at the door and the basketball hoops in the driveway. They fought often, says the wall built to separate the bedrooms. They were happy kids, says the sunroom filled with toys and the swing set and swimming pool out back. They were a happy family. But something went wrong, says the separated house. The pillows and sheets on the downstairs couch, says they didn't get along anymore. The empty upstairs closet says he doesn't stay up there anymore. The childless house every other weekend says he doesn't live here anymore. The layer of dust in the basement office says he doesn't work there anymore. Time has gone by, say the separated lives and new places to call home. Progress hasn't been made, says the unsigned papers. We aren't one happy family anymore. Are we even a family?
Hi, my name is Asaph Afonso, and my poem is called Fall. Fall, not the season, the feeling, the pit in your gut, the world tilting, when the dream you hoisted on your back shatters on the pavement of reality. Expectations, we build them like castles, towers reaching for the sky that seems endless. We pile on bricks of hope, mortar dreams. A future we meticulously etch, but expectations are a fickle mistress. They whisper promises in your ear, lulling you into a dance of anticipation, and then, with nothing but the wind at her back, she throws you off balance. The fall hurts. Disappointment, a bitter aftertaste. But here's the thing about expectations. They're a double-edged sword. Without them, we wander aimlessly, no visions to chase, no goals to ignite. Life becomes a flat line, a dull drone. So we build again, knowing the risk because the alternative is a life without the thrill of the climb. The exhilaration of reaching for the sun, and though we'll get hurt, the possibility of touching it.
I'm Ava Bullock, and my poem is called An Ode to Fromage. Thank God I'm not lactose intolerant. Lactose is the love that weighs my soul. Cheese, 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 my 50 favorite shades of yellow. It's a myth that the moon is not cheese. Resend me on Apollo 11 and let me feast on it. I don't want to eat cheese. The parasite in me wants to eat cheese. I wanted to be cheese once, loved by many, hated by few. To be cheese or not to be cheese, that is the question. Not having cheese assaults my happiness. In my past life, I was a French dairy farmer, curdled slurry of calcium-rich milk. Great minds think alike? No, great minds think about cheese. Give me cheese or give me death. Ask not what cheese can do for you. Ask what you can do for your cheese. Make cheese great again. Cheese we can believe in, yes we can. All rise and raise your right arm. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all cheese is created equal, that cheese is endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of cheese, except Swiss. You may be seated. It is east and cheese is the sun. Arise, fair cheese, and kill the envious mouse who's already sick and pale with grief. Gallop apace, you fiery-footed cheeses. Cheese that I love you, cheese that I hate you. I am Les Miserables without cheese. Be my Parmesan, Jean Valjean. Feta makes it better. Gorgonzola, that's a fun word to say. Brilliantly bombastic brie and baby bells. Mozzarella balls. Fondue will always be better than you. No person is better than cheese. I live for cheese. Munster is the monster I crave at 2 a.m. Shredded Colby Jack fills the hole my heart left by Swiss cheese. You should fill your heart and embrace this cult of cheese. So, pick cheese. Choose cheese. Love cheese. Except for Swiss.
Good? Take your time. Cheese. No. I'm Kaden, and this is my poem about a monochromatic portrait. Inspiration can be intoxication when it comes from others. If you cannot inspire yourself, then you will eventually create a picture without color. Like you, I am created by God's hand. I might look like another man, but my message is more important than I am. I urge you to seek who God created you to be. And the time will come, hopefully without regret, that you leave. Thank you.
My name is Taylor Dennison, and my poem is called Broken Mirror. With every catcall, every whisper, every stare, a piece of me shatters. Much like a mirror, the more I break, the harder it is to put back together. Not all the pieces are there, pieces that will forever remain lost. Why do you make assumptions without any intention of seeing the real me? Why do you look me up and down and act like it's okay, like I'm a piece of meat rather than a human being? You do it without a care, dismissing how it may make me feel, ignoring right and wrong. If you had cared, then you would see pieces of me dying with every catcall, every whisper, every stare. Thank you.
My name's Aiden Ciccolone. My poem is Repression. It was never said, not that it had to be as it wasn't a secret, but the conversation still should have happened. Others can't comprehend what's not being said is most likely still being felt, but what goes unsaid is rather truly felt. And it hurts. It lingers, it festers, it's trapped in your mind, and it never goes away. Sometimes it comes out. In flashes and thrashes and fits and hits and blows, it shows itself. And it's never pretty. It's unpredictable. So I urge you, talk, share, support. Don't let it swell inside of you, because if you do, it will consume you.
I'm Sam White, and my poem is named Why Not Me? I grew up in a home where love wasn't common. I've never felt any warm, fuzzy feeling from the people who were supposed to be there for me. So I grew up, and I made sure everyone got what I never had. I gave them comfort in their sorrows. I gave them happiness in their sadness. I gave them companionship in their loneliness. Yet, I am still here wondering why I'm not satisfied. Helping people is supposed to be a good feeling, right? Then the thought came. Well, I gave everyone what I never had. It left me sorrows with no comfort, left me depressed with no light of my own, left me feeling alone with no one by my side. I gave and I gave until I was nothing more than a husk of myself.
My name is Lacey Stanley, and this poem is titled Touch. It's a high you can't get from substances, a poison. You get a bend in your tongue, it tastes pungent. Unlike anything else, you don't know how to feel, but it makes you feel something you can't get anywhere else, so you let it flow through you. Yet you won't again. You don't want it anymore, you don't, but do you? It's a brutal cycle. It's in your blood, leaked from your choices and drained from things you had no choice in. Admit it, you like the way it burns your throat. You want this new one to destroy you. You say you want a healthy love, but do you? Or are you just trying to cope? A little more won't hurt. You just need her touch for a little longer. You'll be left your heart bleeding in hand. But you say it's okay. You'll survive. For now, it'll be fine. Just have a little more. Time passes. Those dreaded words plunge into your soul. A serrated blade tearing through you. While you thought there was more, it was just a touch, just a feeling, just a soul being held. Then that same comfort is inevitably ripped away. You let the poison soak in your veins for much too long. Maybe a little more will soothe your pain like alcohol to a hangover. So now you must withhold your kiss from another as you've been infected with the disease. So love no longer or drown in your doubts.
Hello, my name is Mia Oberlander, and my poem is entitled You Are Enough. How many poems have we heard today, having heartbreak as their hearth, full of loss, longing for love and letting go, injustice enunciated, fueled by the fiery passions of fear and frustration? What if I told you my poem was about you? What if I told you that you are enough? Would the weight of my words be blocked by the barriers built by all that has bruised you? Do not sift the sentences I slam through your imaginary shortcomings. You have the power to part your Red Sea, and we will walk around your Jericho until the walls fall down. Trees are not recognized by rain, but rather known by their growth. You will not be seen as your struggles. You will be known by new progress. My only audience are overcomers, marked by a myriad of milestones, and even in the absence of achievements, you are amazing. Remember that refining requires fire, and downcast days do not define you, because you alone are enough. Thank you.
My name is Audrey Cruikshank, and my poem is called Act As You Please. It shouldn't bother me. If you choose to insult someone and make their confidence deteriorate, act as you please. It shouldn't bother me. If you choose to call me rude and odd names for a snicker or two, act as you please. It shouldn't bother me. If you choose to call me out in an audience, act as you please. It shouldn't bother me. If you decide to love me, then disappear. Where my love is present, you are not. Act as you please, it shouldn't bother me. If you're the person I want to hear mutter the simple words, I love you and I care about you, then please tell me so, because I'm human too. These things shouldn't bother me, or at least I've been told. Yet they always find a way to seep through my shell. And after a while, that shell breaks into a ball of crying matter. But even knowing this, I still tell everyone the same sentence. Act as you please, it shouldn't bother me.
Hi, my name's Amira Muir, and my poem is entitled Blue. Your eyes are pretty, your hair too. When I look at you, all I see is blue. Blue is a sign of wisdom, yes, the ocean too. I take it as a sign of freedom, just for me and you. Happy but sad, sad but happy, enveloped in tears, your eyes are pretty. Thank you.
My name is DeAndre Francis, and my poem is Bully. Bullies are a pain in the butt. They make you feel how they feel, for it makes them feel good within themselves. Intimidated by their looks, build, and size, I can't do anything than let it continue. The aggression and pain they have built up inside them makes you wonder if anyone truly loves them. Obviously, they don't, or they wouldn't continue to do it. Bullies are silly. They think it's funny, but they're a dummy. They say snitches get stitches. Make it save you, then cave you. In time, they will learn, then they won't be your concern. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rosalind Moss, and the name of my poem is The Time of Planting. Sights set high above, a journey's path never known, viewing the future. Never-ending flow, escaping higher from dirt, flourishing, it grows. Whispers through the trees, swaying freely in the wind, growing ever strong. Reflecting itself, fear of what's lurking around, old tree with branches. That old hoe is worn, rusty, dusty, forgotten, but the work shows all. Many ways to think, planting and growing old trees or old worn-out hoe. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Lily Bunker. My poem is called What Sport Do You Play? What sport do you play? A question I'm often asked, never intended to be taken as rude, yet answering is a dreadful task. I've always been loud and energetic with a go-along, get-along attitude. So at 4, my parents signed me up for soccer in the spring. I hated the bulky shin guards and the hideous socks. However, I did like sitting on the bench and listening to the birds sing. After soccer was golf, a sport my father loves, but much too boring for me, yet I loved tapping different rhythms while I was at the tee. After some trial and error, I joined chorus and found my voice. I was obsessed with it. It was easily the best choice. So when I'm asked what sport I play, I reply with a simple, I don't play sports, I sing. Often eyes roll and they crack a fake smile, sometimes even an annoyed groan. I don't mind though, because on the off chance that they share my interests, they won't feel alone. Thank you.